back to Dark Nexus. Tonight, it's Act 2, Chapter 82. We are deep underground now in the Court of the Unspeakable One, the heart of Hastur worship in Thrushmoor, the site of Tima and Gulliver's wedding. So much blood then, and so much blood now. To the north of you, the wildly charged star stella pulses with sickly yellow light. Inside the head of our psychically sensitive friend Dora, the voice is yearning and reaching, trying to make a connection. The party descended the secret stairs hidden behind Pharasma's face and into the earth. And one by one, they all came face to face with their old friend, ally, enemy, competition? Who knows? Melissan Kuroro. She's a wrecked shell right now. I'm sure you were at least a little bit happy to find that. A wrecked shell being worm-tongued by a hideous, rotting vulture/zombie/insect monster. And as you all stepped out into a review one by one, she spoke to you. To Victor, she spoke a name that felt true. To Riptusk, she spoke a truth that felt right. For Tima, she held seemingly nothing but disdain. For someone that nobody seems to have known, that body has had a lot of names thrown at it, though. Barbarian, dirty girl, shitlicker. For Dora, once she was aware Dora was in there, she seemed to hold potential interest? Confusion, for sure. Words were spoken with the architect of the Great Harvest, your enemy for all of Act 2, even when you hadn't known or understood that. The woman who paid Reese to kill Ray. The woman who orchestrated the kidnapping and murdering of so many in this town. The woman who brought the Kuru here. The woman who brought the scum here. The woman who you once knew so well and now know almost nothing about. This floor, this sub-basement that you stand in, this whole floor, you don't remember it, but your bodies remember meditating here, praying here, killing, plotting, planning, and debasing yourselves before the Unspeakable One. Everything I've just said applies to all of you except Dabwick. Dabwick is fucking terrified. They have no clue what's going on. Paul's nodding his head. All they know is that something has to happen. So while the rest of you palavered with Melissan, Dabwick got down to business. In they snuck. Hidden. Effectively invisible. And while the rest of the party traded words and barbs with the architect of the Great Harvest, Dabwick acted. Polly, you were about to cast a spell. Let me just kick off real quickly with a little more detailed description of our locations in space, and then we will resolve it. The Court of the Unspeakable One is 60 feet deep, 50 feet wide. On the floor, in a 20-foot wide circle, there is a massive yellow sign. Ringing the sigil are 12 columns that extend from floor to 30-foot tall ceiling. Above the yellow sign, directly above it, there is a gorgeous tiled dome. And now that Victor is where they're at, he can see that it depicts the minarets and towers and spires of a certain city. That dome extends another 10 feet up. Past the circle on the floor at the center of the room in the ring of columns, there stands a massive throne of yellow stone, 10 feet tall at its peak, more than 5 feet wide. Melissan is sitting slumped on that throne. The vulture and zombie person bat monster stands 15 in front of her on the southern edge of the sigil, which, again, remember, is leaking vapors that reek of chrysanthemum. In a 10-foot wide, 20-foot long hallway north of the chamber, the party stands. Victor is at the threshold into the court of the unspeakable. He's 35 feet away from the monster, 50 feet away from the priestess of the king in yellow. Dabwick is right behind Victor, Door is 5 feet back, 5 feet to the side, and Grip is right behind her. Finally, behind them all to the north stands the Star Stella. A disturbing amount of broken and flayed bodies, and the corpse of Gulliver Vaticus, last seen in Act 1, Chapter 1. So, Polly, Dabwick was casting a spell. What spell do they cast, and what happens?
If Dabwick were in a better state of mind, they might have attempted some kind of knowledge check on this worm-tongued bat monster creature.
Yeah.
But correctly narrated, Dabwick is terrified. And these passing seconds where Roni has now switched into a new personality and they all seem to know each other, Dabwick is not fucking with this. So Dabwick casts a spell on the worm-tongued bat monster, Air Geyser.
Air Geyser. What does that do?
So I create a powerful blast of air capable of flinging an opponent upward. If the target fails its reflex save, the force of air deals 2d6 points of bludgeoning damage and hurls the target upward a number of feet equal to 5 times the caster level. If a solid object such as a ceiling is encountered, the target strikes the object in the same manner as it would a normal fall. After this blast of air ceases, the target falls down, taking falling damage as normal, unless it was flying. But I don't think the thing was flying. You said it leapt. I know it has wings, but it wasn't flying, right?
It's currently standing on the ground.
Okay.
So this is a blast with air, make you hit the ceiling, make you hit the floor spell.
That is the most Looney Tunes spell.
I love it.
It's very Hulk and Loki.
Yes.
It's the problem with it is there's a reflex save for only half damage and no movement.
And no movement, okay.
So that's the problem, but, we'll see.
Let's see what happens. All right. 16?
I think my DC's 17. For a third level spell. Yeah, my DC's 17.
Oh! Okay.
So first, 2d6 points of bludgeoning damage if it takes it.
It does.
Oh, not bad. 8.
8 points of bludgeoning damage as it is blasted with a riot of air from below.
Now, is it underneath the dome?
It's right on the edge, so I think...
Will it get that extra 10 feet?
You want it as far
I really
away
want
as
that extra 10 feet if I can because of the dome. Because it was standing right underneath it, like moved right in front of it. God, the yellow vapors were embracing it. Its legs.
Ever heard Paul argue like this for anything?
But it only can go a maximum of 30 feet up because of your level times 5 feet. So take the gift of the 30-foot ceiling being there.
Okay, thank you.
I'm gonna play this in your favor because he's it's right on the edge there.
All right.
Okay, so if a solid object such as a ceiling is encountered, the target strikes the object in the same manner as it would during a normal fall. Okay.
So what is that? 5d6.
So it falls
30 feet
and then falls 30 feet.
Well, it does have the fly skill. So what it can do is after taking this first falling damage for hitting the ceiling, which it will take, it can make a DC 25 fly check to avoid plummeting to the ground.
DC 25 is no joke.
It's not, it's
not a gimme.
It is not a gimme for this creature. But first of all, give me that 5d6 worth of flying, 3d6 worth of flying damage.
Falling damage.
Falling damage.
There's no such thing
Just
as
to be
flying
clear.
damage, unfortunately.
10.
10 more points of damage. Smash! The thing is rocketed into the air, smashes against the lip of where the dome begins.
The rest of us are all just like,
What the fuck? Because you all also probably didn't see Dabs because their
We could
stealth
hear
check
them,
was...
maybe.
We would hear the
We
spell
hear
cast.
them.
Yes. All right, so I got to make a DC 25 fly check. Okay, I see. All right, come on. Doable, not a gimme. Success. All right, so the creature smashes into the ceiling, unfurls its huge bat wings, and somehow manages to right itself up at the top of the ceiling, hanging in space, floating, hovering by its bat wings as we all roll initiative. Dabwick.
11.
Victor.
17.
All right. What about Dora?
20.
Oh. And the Gripper.
Characteristic of how he's feeling in general, Grip got a 4.
How many negative levels he's sitting on?
Just 2
Just
for now.
only 2.
Just 2.
How many points of Constitution damage?
1.
All right.
Wait, that might be 2.
I think it might be 2.
No, it was 2. It was only 1 of Dexterity Drain,
Oh God.
but it was 2 of con damage.
Okay. Grip is ready to rumble. Here we go. Top of round 1. Dora is up first. I guess Dora probably did feel the movement of the air as Dabwick passed invisibly by her and settled into position. So when they began to cast their spell, Dora was like clued in, shoving out of her head the sound of the continuous...
That's from the Stella.
It's from the Stella. So Dora, you are 10
Dora?
feet out of the room, a long ways away from most of these folks.
Dora had the Vanish potion in her hand.
Oh.
So she's gonna drink that.
And pop, she disappears. To everybody except for Victor, is that still true?
I believe so.
Okay, great. Oh my God, Katie, I can't believe you just did that. Dora moves into the court of the Unspeakable One, and there is a violent explosion
Oh my god. I'm so sorry, guys.
of like sonic damage, just like pure sonic damage as she crosses the threshold.
Oh my god.
I need both Dora and Victor to give me reflex saves. That was so uncharacteristic.
Oh my god.
I cannot believe that just happened. Dora
Dora's gonna be deaf in a second. 14.
and Victor.
16 or 17 if this would be considered a trap.
It would be
So 17.
half damage for Victor, just, and full damage for Dora. $16 points of damage, 16 points of sonic damage to Dora, and 8 points of sonic damage to Victor, as again, the whole area just explodes in a riot of sound and sound waves. Dora continues moving along the north wall of the Court of the Unspeakable One, ending her first move behind one of the many columns that ring this chamber. It's an interesting geography in the space here. There are a lot of places to get cover, but also in many places you stand, you are going to be out of view of your opponents. That's one move there, Katie. What does Dora do next?
I drank a potion.
Oh, you
as a
drank the
reaction,
potion.
So I'm done.
That is the end of Dora's turn. The hideous aberration is up next. At the ceiling. Howling, it soars down and does a direct charge through the air, down and into Victor. Ending this screaming, howling, 50-foot plunge with a bite attack with its giant vulture beak. 22 against your flat-footed armor class.
That is a miss. Oh, flat-footed. Hold on. Let me look. That's a hit.
5 points of damage, and it attempts to hang on to you with its mouth. It's going to make a grapple check here. Does 24 hit your CMD?
Oh, yeah. Easily.
Oh, boy. Latches onto you with its mouth. Not only does it have this giant, oversized, incredibly strong beak, the inside of it is ridged with like backwards fishhook protrusions.
Yeah.
You are now grappled, and this tongue inserts from the inside of its mouth deep into your wound, and you are drained of 2 points of constitution. 2 points of constitution damage. So it is literally sucking the blood out of Victor as you watch.
Back to the punching bag.
Oh, Johnny, I'm so sorry about the trap.
It's okay.
Melisson is up next. She was deep in conversation and monologuing mode when all of a sudden the situation here changed very abruptly. She's seen her ally, tormentor, smash into the ceiling, dive down, and start sucking the life's blood out of who she thinks of as Victor. She slides off the side of the throne and sneaks around behind it, where you can hear the sound of spellcasting happening there. As she leaves, you do notice that left in the seat of the throne is a large, like probably 500 or 600 page leather-bound tome of some sort that looks very, very ancient. She had it tucked into the seat next to her, and she was kind of slumped over it, but she has left it sitting in that throne as she goes behind and casts a spell on herself. Up next is Victor.
Well, I guess I have to try to get out of this thing grappling me.
Oh boy.
I don't know that I can do anything else.
Any purely mental actions? Not for you, huh?
Not for me.
You can attack if you have a weapon in hand.
I have the alchemical torch in hand.
Oh, that's right. Of course you do.
So
no good there.
No good there. So I'd have to try to draw. I guess I can't draw anything since I'm grappled.
I think you can. Mm-hmm. Yeah, as long as it doesn't take two hands to draw it.
Then I guess I drop the alchemical torch as a free action and draw Where Lies Rapier.
Sliding it out of that extra dimensional space.
Exactly. And narrowing my eyes and focusing on this weird, awful creature that is literally sucking the life from me, I have at it.
And you have already tried to identify it, and you did not remember.
I did not. That is correct.
Yeah.
That is a 19 for a total of 29.
19 on the die.
19 on the die.
Critical threat, and backed up with...
a 13.
And you are out of shame, aren't you?
I have no shame.
All right, well, it is a hit. You are able to slide that rapier into its side as it is sucking the life's blood out of you. How much damage?
6 points.
And it takes all of that. It is bloodied. It's bloodied. We've done a significant amount of damage to it in a very short period of time.
Actually, I'm going to blow my studied combatant on it now.
Okay.
And add another 5.
All right. Very well. It has taken a crap ton of damage. Dabwick, you are up right behind this as you're seeing the life's blood get sucked out of Victor, but people are hurting this thing.
Dabwick will tumble into position, if they can, in a flanking position with now Victoroni to the other side of the worm-tongue bat monster.
Its entire attention is focused solely on sucking the blood out of Victor. You can just walk right past it right now.
I'm just going to walk right past it.
And as you... Oh, so you were looking up over Roni's shoulder into its eyes as its tongue is sucking out Roni's blood. You watch its eyes go from yellow to red, and you see... I don't know what is more insane than insane, but you see what Dabwick would probably think of as a crazed bloodlust coming over this creature, as though it probably intends to feed this husk until it is dry. You slip past it successfully, though, because it's trying to feed from this husk until it's dry.
Any old knowledge check I can make on this thing?
Dungeoneering.
Oh, well. Let's give that a shot. That's an 18.
Unknown. This thing is stymieing the lot of you. All right, so with a single move, you're able to slip around this crazed melee here, this little bloody scrum, and get on the other side of the creature.
I'm going to make a silver dagger attack. That's a 17 on the die.
That is a hit.
That's 4 points of slashing silver dagger damage.
It takes all of that. And of course, it does seem as though its AC is lowered against you because, again, all of its attention is focused on killing Victor. Gripper, you're up. You are a good 15 feet away from this scrum here. Dora is gone. This creature is perishing quickly, although doing a lot of damage as it goes.
He saw Dabs move through threatened areas easily, so he's going to assume he can too. And he will move to there. So he's just 5 feet to the east of the creature.
Yep.
And then he'll take a swing with Red Destiny. That's a 13.
And that is a miss. It does not penetrate the creature's leathery, rotting, ant-like zombie hide.
Victor screams out, "No! Not the tongue! Not the tongue!"
Success. Top of round 2. Dora, you're up. You are no longer invisible, is that correct?
Whether I am or not, I'm about to not be.
All right. Another good 15 feet away from the scrum, this time to the east. Northeast corner of the room. Mellison has disappeared from view behind the throne.
Dora's countenance shifts, and Tima emerges.
Mm-hmm.
Mad and angry.
Oh, yes. Yes.
With DR5 bludgeoning.
Oh, how interesting. That's a first for that.
Yep.
She emerges kind of like weirdly rubbery.
Rubbery.
Yeah. Oh, and just thinking of like the advancement of this.
Mm-hmm.
The further we get along here, now not only does control get ceded to Tima, but Tima's control of the body changes its entire like chemical makeup.
Yeah.
It's so
Yeah.
disturbing. So this thing we've been watching, everybody but Dabwick, for so long since the beginning, of basically her face and her carriage and her demeanor changing. Like there's a whole thing happening with her body now too.
Yeah. It's like Tina's trying to push out.
Yes, yes, yes.
Roni, Gull, Victor, whatever the fuck your name is, you gonna put up with this again? She gives Roni combat advice against the creature and casts Mind Thrust 2 at it.
Natural 20 on the will save.
I still take half, which is 13.
Hanging on by the barest of threads. Victor's blood is now vomiting back out of its mouth into Victor, all over Victor, onto the floor.
No!
It is up. It howls and shrieks in rage at Victor's neck, attempts to maintain the grapple. Yeah, something in the 30s there. 2 more points of Constitution drain.
Let me just click
damage.
on that here real quick.
Damage, not
Damage.
drain.
Let's see, -4 to Constitution.
Sorry, buddy.
It's okay.
No, this is basically entirely my fault.
It's not.
No, it's my fault.
It's not anybody's fault.
I walked into the room and set up a trap that could be the difference between Roni's life and death at this moment. Which is not my job.
You got this, Victor.
Oh, that doesn't look great. That's a 17
That's what I have.
with a max of 32 now.
What's your con score now? Is it 6?
My con score is 6.
Oh my god.
God. Oh my God.
So I think he literally is looking like he's almost like desiccated and shriveled because he's losing like blood and water. So it's just like he's looking almost like a skeleton.
Oh. All the way across the room, from behind the throne, you hear Mellison yell out, "There must be death for the heretics! Kill them all!" And then she casts another spell. Victor, you're up in the foul embrace of the creature
I'm
sucking the
going
life out
to
of you.
hold my action. I'm going to wait.
Dabwick, you're up next. You see Victor on the other side of this creature, struggling.
Dabwick's gonna take another attack. Good luck. No action points on that. Sorry, it's a 13.
And that is a miss. Did you want to move anywhere?
No. Oh, wait, yes. I want to take a, can I move to the side here so I can flank with grip?
It's bleeding, too. By the way,
Oh, how much?
2.
Fantastic.
Sorry.
It's okay.
That's what Tima does.
Yes. Continues to vomit Victor's own blood back onto Victor. It seems like it can barely hold its feet.
Somebody kill it so I can spend my last spell slot on Melisande.
So Dabwick moves into a flanking position with Grip. Roni is still holding. Sorry, Victor, he's still holding. All right. Grip, you are up.
Because it's no longer my studied combatant, and I can't make it my studied combatant.
Because you're out of inspiration too, aren't you?
I'm down to 1 inspiration, but once I blow that, then I can't do anything that involves inspiration. So it's as if I'm done.
Okay, got it. It's kind of like how Panache works. You have to like a
Gotta
minimum.
Have, you gotta have 1 in your pool to be able to do most of the things.
Okay. Well, Grip's gonna take a full attack.
Bring it.
Come on, buddy.
Question is, my numbers are slightly better if I use Red Destiny. If I do a flurry, though, I'll get a 3rd attack at not quite as high a bonus as if I did my 1 with Red Destiny.
We know that a 17 hit while it was grappling me.
I think given my weakened state, I should probably go with the higher modifier and have 1 fewer attack, right?
Knowing that it's
almost
beat up.
dead. Yeah, okay. Attacking.
Quick question. 1 less attack. So if you roll a 1, then it doesn't matter. I'm always going to say more attacks are better, personally. But
I'm at a -4 on everything essentially.
Oh.
What does Gripper do?
Stabs with Red Destiny.
All right, bring it.
That's a 15, but I'm flanking, so it's a 17.
That is a hit.
6 points of damage.
And it drops, releasing Victor, and it takes a disturbingly long time for its tapeworm-like tongue to be ejected from Victor's body as this like rubbery tube that had been like worming its way down to Roni's heart is ripped out of it as it falls to the
And I
ground.
bet that sounds awesome.
Oh my god!
Not the tongue! Not the tongue!
And if we know one thing about Victor, that guy fucking hates tongues. Gripper, that was a single attack. So you could, if you wish, actually take a full move action if you want to charge right across that giant sigil of the yellow sign into a space where you can't see Melisande, where she's casting spells.
Or this is also a perfect opportunity to take Victor out. I mean, he's reeling.
He's kind of
With the
annoying.
moment
That's
is
why.
now.
Would that help you out a lot if I just
Ended it.
just coup de grace him real quick? I'm not going to exactly do either of those 2 options.
I'm sorry, those are your only 2 options. Which do you choose?
Quit railroading me. God
Okay,
damn it.
it's fair enough. Fair enough.
So I think he wants to get eyes on Melisande. He does not feel good about tearing across the yellow sign. There's 20 feet. He'll see what he sees. You can kind of tell where she is. He's going to stop there, actually. She's just behind the fucking throne.
Grip is moving towards the west wall of columns. You can just catch the edge of her huddled behind the giant throne, casting spells of some sort. You want to slide in here, Victor?
Yes. Victor holding his hand over this gaping wound in his chest. It's like just awful, sucking, terrible wound in his chest, dripping blood everywhere.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. And looks ashen and like a desiccated husk. Reaches down to pick up the alchemical torch.
Yeah.
And gives this thing a kick and then hobbles towards the Stella.
Hobbles back up the hallway alone. It's the end of round 2. Pick up the top of round 3 with Dora. Dora behind the column in the northeast. It's Tima now. Tima is behind the column in the northeast corner of the room. No eyes on Melisande, right? You can't see her from there?
Not at the moment.
All right.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25,
Wow.
30. Fuck.
Dora has moved all the way down the east wall of this chamber, and she's got no angle on Melisande. Cannot see her. The combination of the pillars and the throne are keeping her out of view.
Fuck.
Wow, and you're awfully close to her now, too.
I draw a potion of Cure Light Wounds.
Okay. Let's get this thing out of the turn order, shall we?
Yes.
Yes.
Because it is dead.
Yay!
Out of the fucking turn order.
I'm pretty sure this is not the case, but to me, it seems like the glow in this room is getting brighter. I feel like the yellow is getting brighter as we have
It
played
does
this.
change based on where you're standing.
And there is a combo there, Robert, of The art on the map has some yellow light, and I have also placed some yellow lights on the map.
So I'm not really crazy.
No.
Okay.
As you move around, you will see it get lighter and darker, and you'll see different shadows develop, which I
fucking
wanted to kind of
awesome.
capture the feeling of madness in this room.
Well done. Well done. I'm mad.
So she has not been able to see any of that. Certainly would have heard the death scream of the creature. You can hear her back there, Tima, very clearly casting another spell. And she calls out from behind the throne, Victor! Victor! Don't you want to know where Gregor is? Let me live and I'll tell you. Or do you simply not care anymore? I can tell you. I can tell you. She's going a little batshit back there. Dabs, you're up. She's hollering from across the space to Victor, not even knowing that Victor has left the room.
Dabwick starts casting a spell.
You got a 5-foot step available too. I assume you're casting a 1-round action.
Yes,
Is that right?
1 round action casting and take a 5-foot step forward just to clutch close to that column.
Grip, you're up. Dabwick has stepped behind a column near you. You can see they're beginning the process of casting one of those long spells, those spells that make the things come and help you. You've got eyes on her, don't you, there, Robert?
I can see a
Oh, yeah.
wee
See
little slip of her token. Can I charge from here?
Don't go over the side.
You got a path, but you will have to pass through squares that do include that circle. So you can do that if you wish, but you will be stepping over the vapor.
I really want to interrupt her spell.
Oh my god, and Tima, well, you're thinking, Robert.
Yeah.
Tima, you're standing like 5 feet back from where
got
you
married.
stood when you got married.
Yeah.
Like she was 5 feet on the other side of that column. All around the columns, they were draped tapestries of Iomedae, covering up all of
got pulled
They just
down.
pulled them down when the bloodletting began. All right, Robert, bought you some time to think.
Question.
Yes.
What if?
Oh, I like when they start this way.
What about some sort of athletics check mixed in to see if he could not step on those few
100%
squares?
acrobatics.
Fantastic.
Throw in an acrobatics check. Let me see. You'll have 10 feet to get there. That's just DC 10. You can do that.
All right.
All right.
Don't fail it.
I know.
So charging with a bound over the yellow sign sigil on the ground.
All right, here comes acrobatics.
Give it to me.
22.
Oh, neat. With an absolutely super heroic leap.
Oh, that
First
must
thing
be
that's ever gone right.
that's a sight to see.
So Grip like bounds forward 10 feet and then actually leaps 20 feet forward to continue charging. So
You're
it's
a
almost like the vulture
superhero.
monster. You're like,
Fantastic. And then I would like to initiate a grapple at the end of that charge.
So there are some combat maneuvers that take the place of an attack action. Grapple is not one of them.
Okay.
Grapple is always
Okay,
a standard attack.
then I'll just
Fucking pound.
I'll just give her a good old stabby stab.
So when you get back there, you do notice a couple of things about her.
Go on.
Her feet are not on the ground.
Great.
She is hovering like a couple of inches above the floor, and she is sheathed in this riotous aura of sickly, oscillating colors. She is sheathed in some kind of what Grip would think of as a force field of some sort.
Okay. Okay. Remind me what, on the charge.
+2 to your attack roll, but your AC will be at -2
Right.
until your next turn.
Okay. Come on. It's a 15.
You fail to penetrate her armor, her chain shirt that she's wearing. It's too bad you destroyed all of the flay leaf in Jane's lair. After all, it was the only thing keeping you hidden in the end. Victor, you're up. Where the fuck are you? Moving the map up, I see Victor has closed all the way with the Star Stella.
Victor reaches out and presses his hand to the Star Stella and teleports, draining 2 points from it.
Where does Victor emerge?
Victor emerges right, boom,
Bam.
right up from the wall.
channeling power from Carcosa, using the implement of the Yellow King. Victor folds time and space, steps into Carcosa, and BAF! A new mural appears on the southern corner of the room when Victor appears just 10 feet away from Melisande. Both Victor and Grip have her backed into a corner now.
As my move action, I would switch hands so that the alchemical torch is in my primary hand.
Got it. That brings us to the top of round 4. Tima is up. Tima can see everybody down there right now except for her, right?
I can't see anything.
Oh my god, the angle. Wow. Yeah, the angle.
There we go.
Hey.
5-foot step.
From behind the column.
Okay, I don't know what this force field is. Tima is like whatever, but
Yeah.
but she's thinking that Melisande thinks she's a wizard. So maybe that is some kind of force protecting thing.
Mhm.
Fuck it. She's going to cast Mind Thrust 2 on Melisande. Hoping it's not, she doesn't have some fucking countermeasure that's going to bounce it back on her. 'Cause if so, you guys have a fun rest of this fight.
As she feels the pain cascading through her head, she's howling in pain. She is narrowing her eyes at you as if in consideration. Let me make one check here before my will save. She seems completely flummoxed by what's happening.
Good.
That is a 26 on a will save against a mind-affecting effect.
So she only takes 11 points of damage
Ooh, but she
and
does take
2
it.
bleed. And I am tapped.
Woman in the chair.
Tima explodes the thoughts on the inside of Melisande's head. She's staring in frustration at Tima, not understanding what the F is going on over there.
Dora's going to try to come back. Oh, actually, I'm going to let her hang and let Tima enjoy watching her friends pummel Melisande for a little while because the DR5 bludgeoning is not a bad thing to have.
Doesn't hurt.
So I'm just going to have that. Dora is hanging back, trying to glean information from Tima watching this and from Melisande watching Tima. Like, she's observing. This is a choice not to return.
Yeah.
Knowing that Tima's out of everything but throwing rocks, which I don't even know if there are things to throw in this room. So this is her curiosity. Maybe there are other clues to be gleaned from leaving Tima to watch this disloyal asshole get killed.
I think the first thing that you would sense, and again, this is also weird, right? Because Tima
We all
also,
know, we know each other, what each other knows.
but you would probably feel a sense of like just release from
Yeah.
Tima of like, this is someone she's
finally get
accustomed.
to-
Yeah.
Yes, I finally get to hurt the person I've been wanting to hurt for a really long
Forever.
time.
For
Yeah.
as long as I can remember.
Yeah.
The person who I've had to smile and behave around.
Yeah.
And there's probably
Now she can teach others how to beat her up.
Yes, there we go. Dora's probably also sensing, as she stares through Tima's eyes into Melisande's, a certain degree of that going on with Melisande as
Yeah.
well, except, of course, though Melisande's howling in pain and rage because the insides of her head are bleeding. So she takes 2 points of damage at the top of her turn. Blood jets out of her nose onto Grip.
Gross.
Victor has a ranged weapon in hand at the moment.
Does she recognize it?
She does.
Okay.
100%. She knows exactly what that is. And you can tell that. I mean, you'd be used to
Yeah.
clocking that in people, right? The absolute blank stare versus the, I know that's a weapon.
Oh, shit.
I mean, he does have the...
In the other hand.
In the other hand,
Yeah.
so...
Let's see, the angle here. She cannot withdraw going straight up because she'd have to move out of 2 squares threatened by Grip. But she could go at an angle up this way, then continue straight up. Okay. She is going to double move. She soars at a slight angle straight up to the ceiling, all the way across the room, and finishes her move 30 feet in the air directly above Dabwick. What even is this? Whose fucking pet is this? Dabwick, you're up. Whose fucking pet are you?
I'm no one's pet, miss. And a swarm of bats appears around Melisande.
All right, great.
They can cause a distraction, which might cause the person to effectively be nauseated each time they
Yeah, that's good.
take damage.
Yep.
And she's fine, so they'll fly around and follow her.
Huge swarm of thousands of bats, 10 feet across, 10 feet tall, 10 feet deep, materialize around Melisande, who's hovering near the ceiling. At the end of their turn, they do 1d6 points of damage. Why don't you roll that up there, Paul?
3 points. And the DC for distraction is a fortitude save, DC 14.
Here we go.
That huge swarm of bats.
19 on the die. So she takes the damage, but she is not distracted. Dabwick has their whole turn available to them. Do you want to stay directly below Melisande?
I do. And I'm going to cast another spell and say, "Come get me if you dare."
Oh.
I bet she dares, though.
And what happens then?
So Dabwick pops a Scotch bonnet in their mouth.
What?
A yellow, hot, spicy pepper. Crunches down on it and sneezes a gout of flame in a 15-foot cone. They cast Fire Sneeze. And for...
You're not going to reach her.
I know.
Okay.
That's why the taunting is there.
Okay.
Come
okay.
get me.
Okay.
This spell causes you to begin sneezing gouts of fire that can not only set creatures ablaze, but also drop them flat on their backs. Once you cast the spell, you must sneeze each round as a standard action. You can take no other standard action as long as the spell is in effect. Nor can you take full round actions. Each time you sneeze, you produce a 10-foot long cone of fire and wind. All creatures in this cone take 2d6 points of fire damage. Successful reflex save has the damage. Any creature that fails to resist the spell with a reflex save must immediately make a DC 12 fort or be knocked prone by the blast of wind associated with the sneeze. So Dabwick's just making themselves as just unattractive as possible a target for physical attacks.
Fucking fire sneeze.
There you go, fire sneeze.
Like downing swamp peppers from outside Casimir.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love it. Up next is Grip. All the way across the room now. She has effectively charged back to where you started a couple of rounds back.
Try out that new bow, eh?
I was just thinking, what is the range of a composite short bow?
70.
70.
And she's 30 feet up. So how far are you?
Pythagorean theorem.
Probably a little out of range, but I need to do some adjusting anyway.
I think you're pretty close to range there.
Yeah,
I think maybe a
5-foot
5-foot step. I think you're fine.
All right, can I get one shot off this turn with a
5-foot step.
5-foot step, draw the bow, take a shot. Yeah. You got to drop Red Destiny.
Yep. Okay. Dropping Red Destiny, 5-foot step. Just one up, right, to get it more in range, and then let's try this bow.
You're gonna shoot Melisande with Rumatri's bow.
Yeah. I rolled a 1. I rolled a natural 1.
Natural 1. All right, it's your first time firing the bow, and you're not super used to ranged weapons. First shot goes wide. I bet the next one will not. Victor, you are up.
Victor is got to move up so that he is in a close enough range.
And remember, she's also 30 feet in the air.
Right, so
You'd have to get right under, basically. Isn't your range 20 feet?
right now it's 25,
Okay.
but if I could be, as long as I'm within 50, I can spend a grit point to extend my range. Kind
Amazing.
Of thing, so
I buy that as just 50 feet.
he narrows his eyes at the flying Melisande and aims the alchemical torch, spends a point of grit to extend his touch range, and fires. That is a 17 touch attack. I'm sorry, a 15 touch attack because of range.
That is a hit.
And that would be 4 bludgeoning and piercing. And she is struck with a gray shot cartridge. She can now no longer cast spells defensively and has a -10 to concentration checks.
Does that just make like a cloud of stuff around her?
Magic-y, suppressy stuff.
All right, she has been peppered by a gray dust cartridge.
Who the fuck is Gregor? And then as a free action, he reloads.
Let me go and I'll tell you, lover.
Ew. Ew.
Round 5. Tima.
Yeah, Tima's out of stuff.
Looking at Victor, he is terribly, terribly, terribly hurt.
No.
If there's anything you have to do about that, I don't know what
I
your
literally
potion
have-
situation is anymore.
Nothing.
Okay.
I have nothing I can do. The only thing I can offer at this point is combat advice.
All right.
And
Bard mode.
Tima has a very special brand of that. So she says to Victor,
Yeah.
I don't know who the fuck you are, but I bet you're a better shot than that. Proved it. I don't know what the fuck I just said, but she gives combat advice to Victor, and then she turns to Gripper. She's calling him notably Gripper now, like Dora thinks of him.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you know how to use that thing?
Not really, no.
Pointy end out.
Oh, right. All right.
So +2 for what it's worth. +2 to Victor and Grip to hit Melisande.
Melisande is up, looking down at this pesky, pesky toad.
Fire sneezing toad.
Bleed damage.
Pesky fire sneezing toad as she bleeds while she contemplates the fucking toad. She moves about 10 feet over along the edge of the ceiling, still staying up high, moving behind another column relative to the rest of the party, getting some cover from them, but stares down at Dabwick. You will live to regret this. She casts a spell, and Dabwick feels this horrific wave of remorse wash through them. For a brief second, Dabwick understands that everything they've ever sought in their whole life, the power and the majesty and the symmetry and the beauty of this conglomerate city, that Dabwick is now actually actively working to destroy that. And the only thing you can do to somebody who works to destroy that beauty, that majesty, that power, is to punch them in the fucking face. Give me a will save.
Would there not have been an attack of opportunity from the bats?
No. Swarms do not take or provoke attacks of opportunity.
+2 bonus on enchantments.
Add it.
Okay. Phew. That's a 26 will save +2 would be a 28.
Fantastic. So you feel this wave wash through you, and Dabs takes their fist and almost slams it into their own nose. And in the struggle to fight off this impulse to continuously harm themselves for nearly a minute, they are simply staggered for 1 round and take a -2 penalty to armor class. So next round you can take either a move action or a standard action, not both. And your AC is down for a round, but you will not spend the rest of this fight hitting yourself.
They have to
They
sneeze
have to sneeze.
There we
as
go.
a standard action and wouldn't be able to move otherwise. A 2!
So Dabwick,
I imagine Dabwick's got one of those sneezes that's... I can't imitate it because my voice is too low, but it's like the... Pew! Like that high-pitched pew! That then comes out as this huge, roaring 10-foot gout of flame.
the bats. Do the bats follow her?
The bats definitely follow her.
Bats swarm over her and end their move on top of her. Give me that 1d6 damage.
4 points.
And I will make a fortitude save for her to see if she is nauseated. 17.
Made it.
All right. Grip, you are up, bow in hand. Victor, a few feet ahead of you. Like right now, she's up near the ceiling. Is she out of your view behind that column? You can't see her.
You can't see her. She's too close to the column, bro.
Yeah. You do know from where she went, Robert, if you hug all the way over to that west wall, you're going to see her. The angle here is not going to help you. You got to go west.
But nowhere.
Yeah, you got to go all the way to
I
the
can't.
west wall.
There's no 5-foot step
No.
that's going to get me.
No.
I really wanted to do a full attack.
If you step up right behind Victor,
Uh huh.
you could take shots. She's going to have cover. but you could shoot from here. You can lay eyes on her.
Is that a 20% miss or
That's +4 to
plus
her
4
AC.
to the AC? All right, I'm gonna move to the corner. I'm gonna move to the southwest corner and just do one shot.
All right, so Grip moves down to the southwest corner where he's got a nice little clean line of attack on Melisande. Firing with Rumatri's shortbow.
+2 for combat advice.
Right, thank you.
Oh, it's beginning to feel like my combat advice is a fucking curse.
That's a 14.
Okay, so the shot flies wide, probably because of the bats. Victor, you are up. You can lay eyes on Melisande there from your position, but she's got partial cover behind that column way up in the sky there.
As a move action, I'm going to stow the rapier in the handy haversack.
Mm-hmm.
As a free action, I'm going to reload.
Yep.
And then
You-
I know I said I did it before.
didn't.
I would have had to have dropped my rapier.
Oh,
That's why I'm
yeah.
doing it correctly this time. And I will take my shot. Let's see. If I take a 5-foot step forward, then I'm in the.
And you're touching the sigil.
If I take a 5-foot step here, then I don't have the view anymore, do I?
Deceptively tricky room here, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh wait, I can't see her there. All right. So that's then I'll just stay right there for now.
Yeah, it looks like no matter where you adjust
Yeah.
there, she's going to have either better cover or complete cover.
All right. And I'm going to spend another point of grit. Oh, that's a 23
Against touch?
against touch.
Yeah, you're blasting holes through her armor.
For 6 bludgeoning and piercing, and give me a fortitude save.
As what happens?
A poisoned black adder cartridge blasts into her.
I remember when you did that. 18 on the die, is it?
She's fine.
She's fine. Okay. All right. So,
I will take that 5-foot step now. And again, reload is a free action.
ducking behind one of these columns. So now the two of you have cover relative to each other. The gray dust ticks down. Top of round 6. Tima is up.
Remember, that was, terrible, but try it again.
Oh, well, it wasn't great.
Victor, do exactly what you just did. Fuck Gregor, kill that bitch.
Eat shit, Tima.
That's the spirit.
Now the old team's coming back together. I love it. Melisande howls with laughter. She loves this. She loves hearing the disagreements and squabbles bubble up amidst you. So, the spell that she cast last time had no effect on the dabs. Gripper is down there unleashing arrows. Victor's firing the hand cannon at her. Okay.
She takes 2 points of bleed damage.
She does indeed. She looks down the length of the western side of this hallway.
Oh, fuck off. I haven't even hit you.
Stop. And you feel all the
fuck.
muscles in your body lock up. Give me your favorite kind of save. That's what I
None?
like to call the will save. Everybody knows the cleric's favorite spell to cast on the fighter type.
13.
Grip is paralyzed. All of you watch as his muscles completely lock up and he freezes in place. Robert, Grip is able to breathe but cannot take any actions every round other than attempting to struggle out of this effect. However, you do, unlike some other awful things, you do get to save every round.
Great.
She soars across the room from the northwestern corner to the northeastern corner and ducks behind a column there. Getting some cover from Victor and making it really hard if Grip breaks out of his situation to get a bead on her. Dabwick, you are up.
This is the Bat Swarm's last round.
Great.
So they're going to attack Melisande one more time.
What's their move speed?
Oh,
Can they
that's
even
a
get there?
great question.
Oh, they can. I see it. So they move 40 feet across the ceiling. Shoom, swarm over Melisande. Roll that damage up.
5 more points.
All right, peck. We are pecking away. As the thousands of bats just... Here's a fortitude save. 17.
They made it.
All
Oh,
right.
well. Nice try, bats.
We did our best.
We love you, Dabwick.
Did more damage than I did.
Now, Dabwick, running down the hall to sneeze on Millicent one more time. Dabwick's got this going for 2 more rounds.
She's still so high above you.
Yeah, that's okay. It's fun anyways, and it's keeping her busy,
Yep.
keeping her distracted. Dabwick runs down the hall and says, "I know who I am, miss, and I've got nothing to be ashamed of. Achoo!"
Carcosa will claim you! Carcosa will claim you all, heretics! There is a special damnation reserved for heretics. You will not like what is coming. Heretic. She stares deeply into your froggy eyes. The gripper is up. Gripper, give me a will save.
Come on, buddy.
Come on. This spell is some bullshit, but I believe in you. Oh. No good?
No, that's a 2 on the die.
Oh, God. Gripper is frozen in place. Victor, you are up. She's changed locations. You can see her there, but she has cover behind this column.
5, 10, 15,
Edging around
20.
the yellow symbol.
25,
There we go.
30. All right.
How much grit do you have left?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Fair enough.
Wouldn't you like to know? I'm going to spend another one.
Do it.
I'm going to spend another one and fire off.
Yeah.
Because that's what I came here to do, is to literally get to the point where I have spent every last point of every single thing that I have on this fucking sheet. So that
We're
there's
getting
nothing
there with
left.
everybody.
Yes. Yes, we are. All right. Who the fuck is Gregor? I fire again. That's a 22.
That's a hit.
Come on.
And that's for 2 points of bludgeoning and piercing damage.
Yep.
And a flare goes off. So I'm going to need another save. Take another point of damage, too, as I expend my 3rd and final round of Studied Combatant. Flare cartridge. What's the fort?
Well, this is Fort.
Yep.
13.
Fail. Blinded for 1 round. And because the 20-foot burst for Dazzled is outside of everybody else, so it doesn't matter. So
Yes.
she's blind for 1 round.
Oh, that's awesome. All right. Those of you that have eyes on her right now, which is probably everybody except for Grip, who's still staring exactly where he had been staring. You can't see her? All right, so Dabs and Victor can see that she is completely blinded by this effect. This is the last round of the gray dust effect as well, too. Top of round 7, Tima down to the south, near that book on the chair and out of view of Mel. Oh, there she is, stepping around the corner. You
Tina
can see
takes
her.
a 5-foot step and, kind of grinning playfully,
Yeah.
cackling, draws the light crossbow and loads it.
Nelson is up and she's blind. Still bleeding, right?
Yep.
Okay.
How's she looking?
She is looking bloodied until she casts a spell.
Yeah, she's gonna.
Yeah, she's gonna heal herself. She's a cleric.
Yep.
We knew it was coming. How much of a cure? She's gonna do that one, because why would she not? This is the only fight she's ever going to be in. She heals up an extremely significant number of hit points. So you see her go from a bloodied state to hale and hearty. However, she's not going to go anywhere because she can't see what's happening on the battlefield around her. And at least for the moment, she knows she's got her being up in the air is helping her out against attacks on the floor. So she's going to just hang tight, heal up. Dabwick, you are up. Below her and just to the side.
Yeah.
Do you have a climb speed?
That's a good question. Climb speed is part of the low-level alter self, yeah?
You do not get climb speeds with Alter Self.
Swim. You get the swim, but not the
Yep.
climb.
Good idea.
Good idea. Though.
Good idea.
Someday. All right, Dabwick can't do anything else but sneeze.
We have another fight in this room.
So Dabwick's just going to move to the other side of where Melisande is.
Pressing their back against the east wall, staring up at Melisande, hovering blind at the ceiling, sneezing fire into the air.
It's the last round for that, too. So, achoo!
Gripper, you're up. Give me a save.
God damn it!
Oh, frustrating.
It's been another slow descent of
Oh, are they dropping?
lower. That was a total of 3.
Oh my gosh.
So that one, I rolled a 5 last time, and I rolled a natural 1 this time.
Oh, boy. All right, Victor, you are up. You can see her hovering in the air, blind until now, right? Blind until your turn?
The creature struck is blinded for 1 round.
All right, so she you can tell that she's beginning to slowly regain her vision here as we move on to your turn.
He is going to spend his final point of inspiration to make her his steady combatant one more time.
Yeah. We survived so much to get here.
Seriously. And let's see. Can I get directly underneath her? 5, 10, 15, 20. Yes, I can. Boom. I'm directly underneath her.
Yeah, I buy that. That's a touch attack from there.
Excellent. Oh my gosh! Holy shit. Natural 20.
Uh-huh.
Crit confirm of 23.
That is a critical hit.
That is 27 bludgeoning and piercing.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
if only she
And-
had just got that cure serious wounds off.
And I'm going to... Do I want to spend this now?
Yeah. Pilot the fuck on.
Then it's gone.
Yeah. I've got 2 more rounds. I'm not going to blow it yet.
Okay. Devastating injury. And so this is probably like just as she's getting her vision back, struggling, floating in the air, she looks down, sees a huge explosion underneath her.
She looks down and she's looking at the barrel of the alchemical torch. So she gets shot like in the face almost.
Oh, like grazes
Yeah.
along the side of her head, like blows her fucking ear off. Howls in pain.
Tell me about Gregor. And then reload is a free action.
You think this means that you win? The great work will continue without me. Top of round 7. Dora, you are up.
I don't know. It seems like the great work. You ain't done nothing but hinder it so far. She fires a crossbow at Melisande for what it's worth. 12.
Okay. That is not.
She just laughs. But Tima's looking tired. Kind of
Oh. Are we getting to a point that we have not
Fussy?
gotten to in a long time?
a long time. But she's going to take a 5-foot step.
You want to reload?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
since I got a crit, I actually get a grit point back.
yeah, you
that's
do.
right, yeah.
Mark that shit
I
down.
am going to mark that shit down.
Mark it down.
Because it matters right now in a big way.
Yeah.
In a fury, she soars down to the south of the room,
Yeah.
ends up hovering just over Tima. My king! Finish her! And her whole body pulses, and there is this 30-foot eruption of inky
Negative
black negative energy. Give me a will save there, Tima. Oh my.
23.
Okay, you only take half of this, which is you take 10 points of negative energy damage. How's Tima looking?
She's not looking great.
Is she bloodied?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, there we go. Is that you now, Tima? Is that you?
Is it?
He beat you. He's going to get there first. Dabs, you're up. She's all the way across the room to the south now, hovering over and taunting Tima/Dora.
Dabwick's going to close within range to be able to throw their dagger.
Daggers have a 10-foot increment.
That's it?
That's it. So if you get directly below her, that would be, let's call it a -4.
God damn it. Okay, that's all we've got. I don't have any other ranged attacks.
Okay. So Dabwick races down the side of the eastern side of the room, right underneath Melisande, and whips a dagger. Which dagger is this? The +1 dagger?
This is the Master Silverwork dagger.
Silverwork dagger. Coming at her.
It's a 9.
All right. Dagger clatters uselessly
Uselessly.
off her armor. Gripper, come on.
Grip is straining. You just see him straining with every fucking fiber against something that's not even there. 16?
Success. Okay, so it's a full round action to end the effect, but now you are no longer paralyzed, and that spell, that hideous spell, is over. You can take a 5-foot step if you want, if that's useful to you.
Not really.
Okay.
Hanging tight.
Victor, you are up.
Victor is going to move.
Victor's been chasing her around the outside of this building.
15.
Dabs has been chasing her around the building.
25.
Only Tima's remained mostly stationary, except for Grip, but we won't mention that.
He again levels the alchemical torch.
Maneuvering into position along the east wall
Spends
there.
another point of grit.
Yep.
And fires. A 16 touch attack
That's a hit.
for 10 bludgeoning and piercing.
Oh. She feels that, and in the air whips around to stare at you in fury. I will also say at this point now, too, even though the spell has done absolutely no good, you are starting to notice, those of you that are firing ranged weapons at her, which is pretty much everybody at this point, as these projectiles hit this shimmery, chaotic field around her, they do briefly veer to the side. In every single case so far, not enough to affect those attacks, but you can tell that something's going on with ranged attacks at this point now that we're...
I should have made a spellcraft check on
Yeah, give me that check.
14.
There you go. You didn't know. You don't know.
Excellent.
Round 8. Tima, right below Melisande.
Even Tima knows she's not going to survive another channel like that, so full withdrawal. Oh, actually, I don't have to, right? Because,
Yeah, she's not threatening you.
yeah.
Moving clear.
Killer grip.
Yes, moving right next
And
to
then
Grip to say that.
Tima disappears.
Oh, so Dora doesn't even have to take control.
Tima is exhausted. She has come forward for as long as she possibly can. So, like everything about this character, she has exhausted her rounds.
Yeah, yeah. The psychic energy needing to maintain control of the body slips out of Tima's grasp. Combat advice to Gripper. Melisande is up.
She's gonna kill us.
She has to go to the floor to do this, but why would she not? She soars down to the ground, right on the floor, right in front of the throne, staring intently into now Dora's eyes. As she whispers, "My life for you, my king." BAMF! Another explosion of negative energy that catches all of you. Need will saves from everybody. Dora,
16.
Gripper,
9.
Dabwick,
24.
and Victor.
27.
That's 7 points of damage to everyone except for Grip. Grip, you take 14 points of negative energy damage. He's going to get there first. He's going to get there first. He beat you, Tima. He beat you. Dabwick, you're up. She's on the ground now.
Yeah.
10, 15, 20. 20 feet in front of you.
Threw my dagger. It landed on the floor. Well, this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
I want to change into a larger frog creature and run up and try and grapple her.
Zwap. Boggart form, standard action. And you can take a move to close with her.
Yeah.
All right, so Dabwick changes into boggart form and closes with Melisson on the ground. Grip, you are up next. She is on the ground, my friend.
Well, he was going to take shots, but he sees a flanking opportunity.
Yeah.
So he will go in and do an unarmed. He's still holding the bow, but he can do an unarmed strike while he is holding that.
Closing with Melisson on the ground, flanking with Dabwick.
Here we go. That's with the flank of fucking 15.
+2 for combat
I got combat advice. That's a 17.
Not good enough. Victor, you are up.
Victor is going to move so that if I'm standing there, am I touching her?
You are in her reach, yes. She doesn't have anything in hand at the moment.
Fine, then I step right up and blast her with the alchemical torch.
The circle is closing around her as Victor closes with her.
So literally, he's just walking right up to her, like point blank, like standing five feet away and firing.
Oh, God.
That is a 20 touch attack.
Hitting and getting through her entropic shield, as everything has every round.
That is 12 points of bludgeoning and piercing damage as my steady combatant ends.
Where do you shoot her?
Right in the face. Like literally right between the eyes.
She's staring you in the eyes. My life for the bang! And her head just goes up in a shower of gore. And Melisson Kororo's body drops limp and lifeless to the ground. That's the end of chapter 82, y'all. We'll pick up next time.
Wow.
And I get a grit point back.
Take it! Dark Nexus is a creation of Plug and Hum Productions. This podcast uses trademarks and/or copyrights owned by Paizo Incorporated, which are used under Paizo's community use policy. We are expressly prohibited from charging you to use or access this content. This podcast is not published, endorsed, or specifically approved by Paizo Inc. For more information about Paizo's community use policy, please visit paizo.com/communityuse. And for more information about Paizo and Paizo products, please visit paizo.com. That's PAIZO.com. Dark Nexus uses music and soundscapes by Sirenscape. Check them out at sirenscape.com. That's SYRINSCAPE.com. Opening and closing themes, along with additional music, composed by Rob Kauzlaric. Artwork for Dark Nexus is by Matt Wahlquist. Special thanks to Toy, without whose generosity this project would not have been possible. And thanks to DMCP, Richard and Ari, Paul and Shannon, Chris, Scotty, Jason, Jess, Joe, Chelsea, Matt, Dave, Darren, and everyone we've gamed with over the years for all the memories and inspiration.
WTPK.
Oh,
Brilliant. Love it.
Tag.
That was
Season
good.
2 tag.